And informed businesses in Nigeria are complaining that they are unable to make ends meet since President Bola Tinubu scrapped the costly fuel subsidy. Now, fuel prices have since skyrocketed, and experts are concerned about how this may impact various industries in the West African nation. According to the country's parliament, over $7 billion was spent on the costly but popular petrol subsidy from the beginning of 2023 alone. Now, while the latest move is negatively impacting on the citizens' life, others are hoping for some responsive measures from the state. Here's more details of that in this report.
President Bola Tinubu announced the subsidy removal during his inauguration on May 29th, and many petrol stations adjusted their pump price immediately. A litre of petrol, which previously sold for less than half a dollar, is now sold for about $1. Motorists and citizens say it's really taking a toll on them.
I am a motor mechanic. I repair cars, but many vehicles are not on the road anymore because of the petrol situation. It therefore means that I don't have cars to fix, and my livelihood has been affected.
I have 2 children and a wife. I don't know how to explain it to you, but it's hard on us. Everything is now expensive. It's not funny at all.
Nigeria, though a crude-producing nation, has for decades relied on importation of refined petroleum products, with the subsidy regime also being in place for years. According to Nigeria's parliament, over $7 billion was used for the costly but popular petrol subsidy from the beginning of 2023 alone. Corruption and the dysfunction of all the 4 refineries in the country is part of the reason for the situation. Nigeria has spent about $25 billion for turnaround maintenance of the refineries in 25 years, but none of them is refining petroleum products. The government says funds for subsidies will now be diverted to other things like public infrastructure, education, healthcare, and jobs. But labor unions are faulting the government for removing the subsidy, saying there are no measures to cushion the effect on citizens.
Labor were asking for some palliatives to put in place first. Yes, remove it. But before you remove it, you need to put the palliatives first on ground to cushion the effect of whatever you are going to do, the removal is going to cause on the masses of this country. What about the less privileged? We have our young graduates that are not even working. Are you depriving them from any right or enjoyment in this country? Why are you going to place them then? So if, as much as you are looking at it, you need to consider those who are not, will not be capable to jump into that surprise.
The labor unions had threatened to go on strike but were stopped by a lawsuit from the government. Economic analysts say the subsidy removal, though accompanied with a lot of hardship, has long-term economic benefits.
No subsidy, so there's liberalization of the market, and then there's a breakage of monopoly. So you have new entrants into the market so that they can take advantage of the liberalized market and then the subsidy-free market, that they can now have production and sell their listing. And you can see that at that, there's a possibility that we can come up with a policy on these modular refineries, so that we can have people who can buy the crude oil and refine with serious regulation. And that can bring down the price of PMS and even other petroleum products like diesel and so on and so forth.
The government says it is putting in place palliative measures to reduce hardship on citizens soon. It has secured an $800 million loan from the World Bank, which is to be disbursed through cash transfers to 10 million households for 6 months. It has also convened a meeting with labor unions on the 19th of this month for an implementation framework to a 7-point resolution to cushion the effect of the subsidy removal on Nigerians. Nigerians look forward to the measures yielding results soon, but until then, many of them say the hardship is biting hard and becoming too much to bear. Hashem Akende, CGTN Jos.